Hey, I couldn't come back on and play the last game because I'm still out here being dragged around like my dog's on a fucking string by the government. But I'm gonna pee my pants, and it feels like someone's doing like womb spells on me. So I gotta say that. I've wanted to say that for a long time now. And someone's trying to take me out at my fucking knees, man. And when I'm walking around now, the way I'm walking isn't even how I normally used to walk. That's how bad this is with scalar weapons or whatever they're doing to me, man. Not only is the pain radiating up and down my back, down into my right foot, but the way I've been walking for like weeks out here, a year maybe, is right in my knees, man. Like they're just taking me out right at the knees. And the way I'm walking, again, I always try to see the good in something. Is the only thing I can think of is that probably with all the spell work they were doing on me and the spiritual journey, they say at the beginning you can get really skinny or you can get really big. It can go either way depending on how your chakras are opening and how the energy's moving within your body. The only thing I mentioned in one video before was the only thing I can think of. Hold on here, Smash. Let's stop for a sec. They're pulling my dog, making her like fucking try to kill me out here. But the only thing I can think of is the way they're making me walk with my knees is that my buttocks is going to be just fucking mint, man. And I'm probably going to have the nicest ass I've ever had in my life, which is great for when two become one and my divine counterpart gets to finally come in and I get to have the great relationship that I've deserved my whole fucking life that I had once before. And I'm wondering, when I move out of this godforsaken city, this lawn dump on Terrible, 143 on the timer, 144, I'm wondering if the only way I can get out of here, I had a good call from a spiritual teacher today and told me some news, but again, these watchers and these people plugged into me, they know everything about me. So I don't know if when I move out of here, hold on. I don't know if sorry, my dog's going by herself now, so I'm just going to let her go because it's the narcissist again. They have to control, they have to dominate over you. I find it so fucking gross. Just like that last video, I played a video and it mentioned that a lot of people, we do recover. So I remember back when I went to a couple of AA meetings in the beginning, they are like that in there. So very much, it doesn't matter what age they are within the meetings, but they'll come for you. They're creeps. And they'll look for the weakest people, like the ones just fresh coming in, like had like a narcissist throw them in jail and now they're giving up booze for good. And there's creeps in there, it doesn't matter what age they are, but in my hometown they're there. And I just played a video, I'll attach it to this one, about a woman saying a lot of narcissists do go into recovery rooms to go for the weakest link, to play on people's downfall, right? That's how sick they are, predatorial, right? And I remember that did happen to me in a couple of the AA meetings I went to in the beginning with a man who was like in his 80s, I think, and another man as well. And you can tell the way they work the room and go around to people, it's just disgusting. As you get more confident and get more sober, you just let them go and like attune into the course and do the work for yourself and try to tune out to those people. But it is very much a thing. Again, in the video that I'm going to drop, it's a lady that said they just even go in there to do that. She's not even saying it's the people, like they actually go in and pretend they have a problem. But they obviously do already have problems to go in and even think of doing that, right? It would be a mental problem, right? Which again, I would think it's psychopathy, a mental disorder or sociopath, or a narcissist, which again, NPD is a mental disorder, which actually gives them schizophrenia as well, because again, they've never healed. So even very much an 80-year-old or whatever age he was when he was hitting on me in there too, same thing. And again, a lot of them use religion as well, and they try to get you that way as well. So I'll always be on the lookout for the perps, right? So again, when you're consciously aware, when you're sober, you can attune to everything and be consciously aware of all of your surroundings, never to be fearful of anything. As I was walking my dog back there by the Costco, a lady, my dog's really small, a small little Chihuahua, and she said, "Oh, I'm scared." And again, it's that fear base. I notice in the city where I live, a lot of people are afraid of dogs. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I had a best friend that was afraid of them too. But it's something for that fear. Again, the government wanting everybody to be in fear. And it's very much an energy that narcissists have manipulated since the beginning of time. So again, if you had a good energy in your city where everybody was happy, all the radios were attuned at 432 hertz instead of 440, we'd have happy, right? If again, spiritualists weren't putting out 528 hertz as the love frequency, again, some are doing it on purpose because it's an Enochian math magic. Mass sequence, whatever it's called, the black cube, right? Saturn black cube, 528 hertz, when the love frequency is really 728 hertz. And again, some people, there's always good and bad, right? And again, a lot of spiritualists that I attune into, they're putting it out there. So to me, the ones that I love, that I follow regularly, they just don't know. They think it's 528. So again, there's always people doing it on purpose and then some by accident. But again, if we just attune to these things that have been all distorted, they're trying to shut me up again, distorted since the beginning of time, then wouldn't we just all be happier in general? Something to think about, right? So again, these asshats haven't allowed me to wear my headphones since February. Is that being whipped? Is that being controlled? Of course it is. Have I tried my headphones, my Bluetooth? I've tried 2 more times, I think, since February, because again, I'm pushing through 619 on the timer. I'm pushing through and showing people how to work through fear, but at the same time, I'm showing that I don't give a fuck about my headphones, but I'm showing I don't care if my windows are cleaned. But it's a hate crime. This is a hate crime that I'm living every day of my life. What is the cause of this hate crime? I don't know. I have no idea. But I didn't do anything to these fucking people. Makes you wonder, eh? Makes you wonder about the life you're living. And what if you're somebody like me and you're too wrapped up in your addictions, like cocaine and booze, and you're too asleep to not be consciously aware of what's going on? What if you very much are living a life like me and you don't know because you're so fucked up that these people that you think are your friends aren't? What if the family you think is your family isn't really your family? So let's put that back out there. I can't be the only one living a life like this, right? And I have attuned to people on the planet that are waking up right now to karmic families, right? And a lot of them are in their 70s and 80s that are realizing like, whoa, I suffered a lot of abuse. This is disgusting. And again, it's that projection. Them never taking accountability and making you that scapegoat, that sacrifice, and being cloaked in their shit energy. Again, what the government did with the hertz all being out of whack. Again, 432 hertz is the grounding energy. As well, I found a nice microwave and radio frequency, because the microwave's bad too as well. Cancerous and other things. But that's what the government's very much been injecting in me every night with the drones above my apartment. Every night. There's all these diseases that they're injecting into me. And to you too. But a lot of people aren't consciously aware of this. Because again, they're hoovering, which is a narcissist thing. They hoover. Just like the government and drones right above us every minute of the day. If you have the eyes to see. So I'm going to put that out there for people. Again, if you don't think you have a drinking problem, or you don't think you have a drug problem, you're never going to know, you're never going to admit that you do when you're being sucked back by these energy vampires, which again are the government, because they never wanted anybody to heal. They never wanted anybody to be real, just like the narcissists. The government's been wearing a mask since the beginning of time, and so are the narcissists. It's the same fucking energy, right? So again, I'm going to keep putting that out there. And again, because I can't wear those headphones, they're very much trying to shut me up right now. And it's again to make me look like make me look like I'm stuttering and I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, I can push through anything because I don't live in fear. And because I am real, I don't care what people think about the way I talk as long as the message gets out. But I am being scalar weaponized right now. Very much targeted all across my body. And again, they're affecting my womb as well as everything else I mention all the time. One more thing, they won't allow me because of the no headphones, because they're dominating over top of me, right? Again, they can't do their own life. They can't check into themselves. They don't know how to check into their own body. They're still running away from themselves at 77 years old. And the predators that are in the meetings are hitting on people that are like fucking half their age, man. But the ones that are in the addictions, they're a mess. Their insides are a fucking mess, man. And they won't allow me to attune to a frequency that was very much helping me when I go into the stores, because the radio is out of whack. It's at 440. Like I said, it needs to be at 432 hertz. And I had the headphones in the whole time. So I was just minding my own business, shopping, and I would never get into low vibration. I'm surprised I even woke up today, because every day I wake up, I can't breathe. My nose is completely clogged. Well, I don't do cocaine. I don't smoke. I don't vape. And I don't really have any addictions except for maybe a little bit of keto chocolate here and there, right? And some Neil Brothers chips. I mean, there's always going to be addictions, right? But you get where I'm going with this. They're doing other things to us that's allowing us to keep people stuck in a low vibration and feel very much dead inside. So again, pay attention when you're out from now on. Again, I know wherever you are in the planet too, if you have the eyes to see and you are consciously aware, you will see these drones. And usually they're hovering around in the clouds, and the clouds are white, right? So the drone's there, but it's very, very hard to see. And again, when you can see it, they are marking the sky like there's some big cool guys, say the government, like the narcissists, big X's in the sky. And again, to get our light codes, our DNA light codes, we get that from the sun. So again, I did post a thing you can chant to the sun to get our codes, and a money one is 520-7418, 520-7418. And again, that's something you can chant to the sun when they're not being covered up, and you can maybe attract some abundance into your life. Maybe you can stop attracting narcissists and start attracting that abundant life that was your birthright, that these very much assholes are taking away from everybody. But again, something they can't take away from us is our fucking voice, man. And I don't care if they make me stutter, because most people I do know that are drunks, they do stutter. And I've caught them a couple times when I've been out watching bands. I've heard them stutter a million times. But we all try to cover it up with booze and drugs. Well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when you can be real? Wouldn't it be nice to just say stuttering's cool? It's better than being a drunk asshole, isn't it? It's better than running away from yourself, isn't it? So, but these guys try to make you do it intentionally. Keep in mind, when you do stutter, that's all your inner childhood healing. So when these assholes have been putting all their shit onto you, projecting, you're wearing trauma. You've got PTSD, CPTSD, whatever it's called. You've got everything, and it's not even yours. It's not yours, but you got to heal it. And then when you do notice when you're speaking effectively and effortlessly, it comes to you when you make more videos like I've been doing, but they're still going to try to shut you up anyway. And what are we going to do? Allow these people to shut us up? Or are we going to fucking stand in unity and not be divided anymore, and make a stand against these dominating assholes that think they fucking own us? Because I'll tell you right now, nobody owns my body, nobody owns my heart, my soul, my nothing, man. So something to think about wherever you are, man. And just know that we're not meant to be living in fear. That's disgusting, and it's so since the beginning of time, right? And we're in 2025. Wouldn't it be nice to make a fresh start and just put down that big bag of shit you're still carrying, man? Anyway, my last point is we do recover. And if you're one of the ones that's succumb to hanging out with these people and you're not like them, I'd advise you to get away quickly. 1344 on the timer, because you got a beautiful, bright soul in there. And I see it in you. I see it in a lot of people. Because again, I always see the divine in everybody, because I don't judge people, right? But a lot of people judge you. A lot of people judge you, and they hate you because they got caught for what they're doing. And you're not gonna be afraid. And I can keep telling you, when you keep progressing on your journey, there is no fear. There's no fear at all from these monsters they're raping you right now, standing there with scalar weapons on you, raping you because they're still getting off on shit like that, man. It's disgusting. So wherever you are on the planet, if it's a karmic, you're supposed to learn the lesson and walk away from these people, man. And nothing's ever going to work out for you, whether you're living with one or your friend group, because you're here to learn lessons. And wouldn't it be nice if you did have a nice soul woman or soul man out there a soulmate, someone you're supposed to be with for life, that you weren't just supposed to put your people pleasing and codependency on. You're supposed to look inside of yourself and have that real divine love out there, man. Not just staying with somebody because you're too afraid to say no to them, that you don't love them anymore. Something to think about, some food for thought, and I'll let you marinate in that out there. 15:05 on the timer. I'm going to end it there wherever you are. Namaste. Have a great day.